morning, boys and girls. I'm Chief Alexander. I'm the fire marshal here in Cedar Hill. And this week is Fire Prevention Week. And we're going to talk about some fire safety tips in the kitchen. But first, I want to read you all a story about a friend of mine. His name is Firefighter Ted. Are you ready for a nice story? All right, let's begin. So one morning, Ted woke up and sniffed the air. It smelled like smoke. That's not good, thought Ted. I need a firefighter. Ted looked everywhere, but he couldn't find one. And since he couldn't find a firefighter, he became a firefighter. But every firefighter needs a truck. Firefighter Ted found a fire truck. That was lucky, he thought. I need a fire extinguisher too. Firefighter Ted looked everywhere else. Since he couldn't find a fire extinguisher, he made one. Now where is that fire? Thought Firefighter Ted. Firefighter Ted searched the house. The kitchen was filled with smoke. It rose from a plate on the table. "Stand back," shouted Firefighter Ted. He put out the toast and helped his mother to safety. "That was your breakfast," said his mother. "It still is," said Firefighter Ted, "and now it's nutritious and safe." "Go to school," said his mother. "Remember," said Firefighter Ted, "only you can prevent breakfast fires." It was very hot outside. The sidewalk sizzled and hurt Firefighter Ted's feet. He saw a kitten on the hot sidewalk. It needed help. Firefighter Ted rescued the kitten, and 2 puppies, and 3 tricycles. The crowd was speechless. "No need to thank me," said Firefighter Ted, and he waved to the crowd. When Firefighter Ted arrived at school, the principal was waiting for him in the hallway. "You are late," said Principal Bigham. Firefighter Ted frowned. "You are blocking the fire alarm," he said. And he helped the principal to safety. Principal Bigham turned bright red. "Watch out," said Firefighter Ted. "You're overheating." Principal Bigham's face turned redder and redder still. "Stop, drop, and roll," Firefighter Ted said, and he helped Principal Bigham to safety again. Principal Bigham was speechless. He pointed to Mrs. Johnson's room. "No need to thank me," said Firefighter Ted. Mrs. Johnson's students were in line at the door. They were going to see the science fair exhibits in the cafeteria. "A parade," shouted Firefighter Ted. Firefighters always lead parades. Firefighter Ted led the parade down the hall. "Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!" All the other classes came out to watch. Everyone loves a parade, said Firefighter Ted, and he waved to the crowd. Firefighter Ted looked around the cafeteria. There was danger everywhere. Volcanoes, yelled Firefighter Ted. He jumped into action. Firefighter Ted stopped the volcanoes from erupting and helped the students to safety. They were speechless. No need to thank me, said Firefighter Ted. Suddenly, Firefighter Ted smelled something burning. A thin stream of smoke rose from Principal Bigham's pants. I think his pants were on fire. The smoke got thicker and thicker. His pants got hotter and hotter. Principal Bigham ran this way and that. Help, he yelled. Call a tailor, call the janitor, call the library. Just call somebody. But Firefighter Ted was already there. He helped the principal to safety. He pulled the fire alarm and started the fire sprinklers. Just then, the tailor arrived with the janitor and a librarian. You need pants, said the tailor, and a mop, said the janitor. Good thing you had Firefighter Ted, said the librarian. My work here is done, said Firefighter Ted. You can keep the fire extinguisher and remember, only you can prevent pants fires. That night, Ted put away his fire truck and went to bed knowing that he had done a good job. He lay awake for a very long time. There is so much to know about fire safety, he thought. A poster could help everyone understand. Ted did not have a poster, but I could make one, he thought, if I had a paintbrush. There's his poster. I wonder who will Ted need to be next. That was a great story about Ted the firefighter. So now I'd like to show you all our brand new fire truck. So this is Tower 211. And it's our newest fire truck. It has a 100-foot ladder that can reach buildings up to 100 feet. It also carries 300 gallons of water inside before the firefighters have to hook their hoses up to a fire hydrant to get more water. So come on and take a look at the truck on the inside. So this is where the firefighters sit. And here's all their gear. When they get a call, they put on their jackets. They quickly step into their boots and pull up their pants, get their helmet on, and they're ready to sit inside the truck and go and see what the emergency is. And here is where the captain sits. So he's in charge of the fire truck, and he's in charge of 4 men that are inside the truck. Right here is where the driver sits. This is the most exciting part. There's a guy who the firefighter drives, sits right here, and he drives the truck to the fire, to the emergency. And when they get to the emergency, he comes over here and he operates all of this really cool equipment on the fire truck. Isn't that exciting? So here are some fire safety tips for Fire Prevention Week. The theme is serving up fire safety in the kitchen. So we want you to stay away from the stove when your parents are cooking. If you notice smoke in your house, quickly let your parent or older brother or sister know that there's smoke in the house. And what do you do if your clothes catch on fire? Remember Ted told the principal that he should stop, drop, and roll? So if your clothes catch on fire, you should fall to the floor and roll around to put the fire out. Also, last thing I want to tell you, boys and girls, to discuss a fire safety plan with your parents. Find out if the house catches on fire, where do you go? Where do we go out of the house? We want to go out of a door or a window. But have a talk with your parents about a fire safety plan. And that's it for my story and Fire Prevention Week. And remember to be safe at home.